Madridistas, Real Madrid is back this Tuesday night as Real Madrid takes on WSG Tirol in our final preseason game of the season for Real Madrid as we gear up and get ready for hopefully what is a successful La Liga season for Real Madrid as we kick that off next week. But guys, in this video, let me give you my starting 11 that I want to see for Real Madrid, my official match prediction, keys to the game, and some Rodrygo news that is just coming in today that might be sending him to the Premier League. So Madridistas, let's jump into the Rodrygo news right away. Let's talk about what might be sending him to the Premier League. This is something that has kind of developed over the last 24 hours. And it is Manchester City, who looks to be getting involved in the entire Rodrygo suites too. And honestly, I'm not that surprised when it comes to this. What's happening right now? What is the situation? Well, currently Rodrygo, he is a part of the Real Madrid team. But what is happening behind the scenes right now is looks like that Manchester City is clearing the decks, clearing out some players to make room and to make the financial money that they actually need to be able to buy Rodrygo. What is exactly happening? Well, Jack Grealish got sent to Everton. Savinho looks to be likely heading to Tottenham Hotspurs as well, which would clear the way for Rodrygo to be able to make his move and make his start in the starting 11 for Manchester City. And here's my thoughts when it comes to Rodrygo. And do I want him to be leaving or no? The simple answer, do I want Rodrygo to be leaving? Absolutely not. We are way too far into this transfer window for Rodrygo to be leaving. As of recording right now, it is August 11th. There is only a couple of days left, a couple of weeks left of the transfer window. And the fact that now, that right before we start La Liga, that Manchester City might be involved with Rodrygo, I don't love it. I don't love it at all. And here's the thing. It's a non-starter for me if I was Real Madrid at anything less than 100 million. Anything less than 100 million is honestly an incredible insult to the player that Rodrygo is. And the fact that we would be getting 100 million now, do I think that Real Madrid would reinvest it? I don't think so. And I don't really like our depth having to rely on Kylian Mbappe, having to rely on Vinny as really our only true wingers. I mean, we're going to be getting Franco Mastantuono coming in very soon. We're getting Brahim Diaz. We already know Arda Güler is not a winger, right? We already know that. So I like having the depth that Rodrygo brings. Plus, I like that he actually can challenge a Vinny Jr., a Kylian Mbappe, and stuff like that too. I don't want to be losing Rodrygo now. If we would have lost him earlier, maybe June, July, right after the Club World Cup, something like that, that's okay if we got the exact money for him too. I just don't think that Real Madrid, if we would get 100 million, that we would be reinvesting in that in a midfielder, in a defender. Do I think that would be happening for Real Madrid? Personally, no. The way that Real Madrid kind of operates is we're very slow and very calculated when it actually comes to the transfers that we actually target to. Think of Trent Alexander-Arnold. How long were we actually linked to him for a while? There's been a lot of times that we were linked with him. Franco Mastantuono, we were apparently linked for a while too. The only one recently that's actually kind of happened was Dean Howson. Dean Howson kind of accelerated pretty quickly for that one. So I do give them credit for that because that was a fantastic signing. Somebody I was tweeting out, guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, what are you doing? Follow me on Twitter. I was tweeting out too saying we need to be signing Dean Howson. So happily, we were able to do that too. But I want to hear from you guys too. If Manchester City actually came in with a bid for Rodrygo for 100 million, do you want Rodrygo to be gone? Do you think that we should be selling Rodrygo? I'm very curious to hear from you personally. Again, I don't want to be seeing Rodrygo to be going. If anything changes with that right now, this is only rumors. And there's a couple of things have to be happening. Savinho actually has to get sold for Manchester City too. But don't be that surprised if Manchester City comes in a bid very, very soon with Rodrygo. Guys, again, we'll be keeping you guys up to the latest. So if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, like the video too. Very much appreciate it. But let's talk about the preseason. This is the final preseason game. You might be wondering, final preseason game? Isn't this the only preseason game? Well, technically, this is the only preseason game that we will actually be able to witness and actually be able to watch because earlier last week, toward the end of last week, Real Madrid actually played Leganes behind closed doors, and we actually did win that game 4-1. Apparently, Militao got on the board, Brahim Diaz, Dean Howson, and I might not know this guy yet, but I'm hoping that soon I will know him. Pitch Arch. I don't know what his name is. Hopefully I know it soon, and hopefully I'm going to get good at it too, and hopefully he's a hell of a player. But the only clip that I actually saw was Militao getting an absolute snipe beyond midfield, and I tweeted it out too. What a snipe, that Militao. Hopefully Militao is ready to go for a season. Back-to-back ACL injuries is not something that I love, But that is a very good result. 4-1 over Leganes. I'm happy. Vinny Jr., Kylian Mbappe didn't get on the board, anything like that too. So a couple of surprise players actually got on the board. I wish we could have seen that Real Madrid. If anybody's watching that, send me that clip. I'm happy to watch that game, 90 minutes. I want to be watching all those Real Madrid games. So hopefully we get to see that. But the game that we all do get to see, and the reason we're making this video is because Real Madrid is taking on WSG Tirol. If I said their name wrong, I am sorry. My German is not good, non-existent. 9 is what you could be saying. I think I got that one. But when it comes to this team, this is a team from Austria who's a middle table team in the Austrian Bundesliga too. This is the same league as a Red Bull Salzburg is in. And really, such a weird team that Real Madrid is playing. Is anybody watching Tirol? I want to hear from you in the comments. I'm very curious what you think of this team too. When I was actually taking a look at this team, they've actually done pretty good so far in the preseason for them. Over the past couple games, they've actually got a couple of wins and stuff like that. But there's nobody on this team that I really know, and nobody on the team who's ever played for them that I really know either. So when it comes to this game, this should be a game, honestly, that Real Madrid's dominating. I do understand that we have to go to Austria to actually play this game too. And really quick, shout out to them, because they have an absolutely beautiful stadium. Look at this view that they actually have at their stadium. Absolutely beautiful. So if anybody's actually going to the game too, very jealous of you when it comes to that. But we have to remember that this is a friendly game. What are our expectations when it comes to friendly games? I've been watching a lot of friendly games, whether it was Chelsea dominating AC Milan, whether it was a couple, Tottenham Hotspurs playing people too, whether it was Liverpool. We saw what Barcelona was doing in the preseason too. When it comes to these friendly games too, there's a couple of things that we need to be focusing on. And the biggest thing is stay the hell healthy. Stay healthy, please, please, please. We have to be staying healthy because unfortunately, we just don't have the numbers. Jude Bellingham currently is injured out there too with his shoulder surgery. I'm hoping he can kind of come back a little earlier than expected. But unfortunately, we got news that Camavinga actually picked up another injury. Mr. Glass, unfortunately, is what he's being nicknamed now because this guy, man, he's a hell of a player if he is healthy. But unfortunately, this guy is constantly getting hurt, whether it's a random injury, another random injury. I don't know. Camavinga just cannot stay healthy, unfortunately, for Real Madrid. It looks like he's going to be out 10 additional days, so expect him to be missing that first La Liga game. Hopefully, he is back maybe by the beginning of September. But man, Camavinga, again, picking up a knock, picking up another injury. And this guy just cannot stay healthy. And really, when it comes to this Real Madrid team, we just need to stay healthy in this game. Need to stay healthy, need no serious injuries, anything like that too. And really need to be ready to go for the season. And when it comes to this game, and when it comes to my starting 11, there's a couple of different things you can kind of approach this game. This could kind of be a trial run. And luckily for Xabi Alonso, I kind of think we've already had a couple trial runs out there too with the entire Club World Cup. Of course, we were taking it serious, but we actually got to see and experiment a couple different times. We saw what Arda Güler did. We saw what Dean Howson looked like, Trent Alexander-Arnold, stuff like that. We've already kind of seen some of this Real Madrid team in the way that Xabi Alonso wants to play. So I do think that is an advantage for us going into this year. But when it comes to my starting 11, this is the starting 11 that I will be going with in this game. And this is really the closest thing and probably what I would be expecting Real Madrid to be rolling out there. Maybe a couple changes, but ready to go for the first La Liga game. Let's start up top. Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe getting the start up top. We will talk about them in just a minute here. Alvaro Carreras making his Real Madrid debut for me, getting the start at the left wing back. Tchouaméni, Arda Güler, and Fede Valverde making up the midfield. And really, this is the midfield I think we need to be seeing moving forward. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, at that right wing back. And then I am going with a back three of Raul Asensio, Dean Howson, and Antonio Rudiger with Courtois, of course, in the back. And here's the thing. Let's start from front to back. Vinny Jr., Kylian Mbappe up top. Here's the thing. It did not look pretty when we actually got to see it for Real Madrid. Unfortunately, this is the thing I think we need to kind of remember too. So when they actually played together, it was against PSG, and we were immediately getting thrashed in that game 2-0 within like the first 10 minutes of that game. The attitude in that game was terrible. And really, for Real Madrid to be successful this season, for us to win some trophies, I'm talking La Liga, I'm talking Champions League, Copa del Rey, stuff like that, Super Copa, Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe need to bring it to another level. We saw what Kylian Mbappe could do last year, getting a ton of goals too. But really, we need to be a little more unselfish. In terms both of them. Vinny Jr. and Kylian Mbappe need to be pressing and need to be scoring a ton of goals. I am asking a ton for them this season because here's the thing. If they're the front two up there, they need to be scoring either one of them or both of them every single game for Real Madrid. You cannot be relying on an Alvaro Carreras, a Tchouaméni, Arda Güler, Fede Valverde, stuff like that scoring. You can't always be relying on a header from a Dean House and Rudiger, stuff like that too. Vinny Jr. especially needs to bring it up to another level. 2025 has not been the year for Vinny Jr. I am hoping that he is ready to go, and I'm hoping that we can kind of put that attitude to the side for both of them. I do not want to see them walking around. I don't want them to be lazy. I do understand this is a preseason game. I do understand that fully. But I am ready for them to go out there and actually try. And they need to be at another level too. When it comes to the midfield, this is something a little different. One of the areas that I wasn't sure exactly what I'd be doing is Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni, where Dean Howson is where I thought I'd be putting Tchouaméni too. But with Jude Bellingham out and with no Camavinga, I think we need to be putting Tchouaméni up there in the midfield too, pairing next to an Alvaro Carreras who'll be playing that left wing back. Arda Güler, of course, and Fede Valverde are mainstays in the starting 11, moving forward for me on this team. No doubt about it. Trent Alexander-Arnold, same thing for them. But Tchouaméni, I'm very curious to see Tchouaméni's positioning in this game and positioning moving forward too. Without Jude Bellingham and no Camavinga, is Tchouaméni going to be playing that center back role, or is he going to be playing more of a midfielder? Very, very curious to see where Tchouaméni is actually linking up in this game, where he actually gets put in this game. That's going to be something to watch. And when it comes to the back three, I am moving Dean Howson to the middle role. Here's the thing. I think this allows Dean Howson to move a little farther up, not exactly to the midfield, but the biggest thing with Dean Howson that Asensio and Rudiger cannot do, and pretty much any of the other center backs can't do, is the ball progression from Dean Howson. Dean Howson can just dictate this game, control the game. And honestly, this guy is like Toni Kroos-esque sometimes with some of these passes too. Absolutely have loved what I've seen from Dean Howson in the Club World Cup, and I have such high expectations for this guy moving forward. In my opinion, is already one of the better center backs in the world. I don't even say that lightly when I say that too. Dean Howson being in the middle, I don't think he can get exposed as much because he doesn't have that much pace. Having Raul Asensio hopefully can regain some confidence too, because he, as good of a Club World Cup that Dean Howson had, Raul Asensio was trash in the Club World Cup. So hopefully Asensio can regain some confidence, and hopefully he can pair nicely with Alvaro Carreras at the left wing back too. Rudiger, I just need Rudiger to stay healthy, and honestly, he just needs to be better than he has been. And Courtois, of course, getting the start as the number one goalkeeper and hopefully the best goalkeeper in the world this season for Real Madrid. What are my keys to the game? Again, stay healthy. Everybody stay healthy. And I want heavy rotation in this game too. This is a game, a preseason game, where you basically have unlimited subs you can make. I want to see a ton of academy players in here. And I want to see everybody in this game. I want to see Dani Ceballos. I want to see Brahim Diaz too. Of course, I want to be seeing Rodrygo in this game too. Plus, all those academy players too. Every single one of them I want to be seeing in this game. The only new signing that is actually not available for this game is Franco Massantuono. I believe Franco's birthday is coming up this week, so we will have Franco Day very, very soon for Real Madrid. He should be a part of the squad, I believe either for the first game or the second game for Real Madrid. But again, that is when he's just finally joining Real Madrid. I already believe he's actually in Madrid, getting situated, getting his housing situated, all stuff like that. But don't expect him to be getting any starts anytime soon for Real Madrid. He still needs to fully develop into the squad. The kid's 17 as of recording this today. He's not ready to go. I understand, Lamine Yamal kind of set expectations unreasonably high for some 17-year-olds. And I mean, we've already saw what Esteban's doing over there at Chelsea too. But this kid, he's not ready for this game. So don't expect Franco Massantuono in this game. But I'm very excited to see Real Madrid. It's been a while since we've actually got to see Real Madrid. And guys, we're just getting started with the season for Real Madrid. Next week, we'll be talking about La Liga. I can't wait to be doing that. But when it comes to my official match prediction, this one, again, this is a friendly game. I just want us to stay healthy. Even if we lost, I'll be annoyed. But I just want us to stay healthy. That's the biggest thing I want us to be doing in this one. But really, we should be dominating this team. No offense to WSG Tirol, anything like that. Shout out to Austria. Love to Austria. But Real Madrid should be dominating this team if we are good. And that's going to be something interesting to see. I do think Real Madrid dominates this game. I do think we probably give up a goal or two. But I'm going with a 4-1 win for Real Madrid over WSG Tirol. Guys, I want to hear from you in the comments below. What's your thoughts on the Rodrygo situation? Who do you want to see in the starting 11? And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We have so many videos coming out soon. instant reactions after the game too, match previews, match reactions, ton of stuff like that too. I want you to be part of this community because this is going to be a fantastic, fantastic season for Real Madrid. So please hit that subscribe button, like the video. Guys, Dallyfc, cheers, Al Madrid.